This is Steve Robbins. Welcome to the Get It Done Guys quick and dirty tips to work less and do more. You're a successful person. I know because you're listening to me, which all successful people do. And being amazingly talented, naturally, people often seek your help. Since you love helping others, it's how you pay it forward in appreciation for those who help you from your humble beginnings. You say yes to all of those requests. And you say yes some more. And some more. And pretty soon you're buried under a gigantic pile of yeses. Yes, you're overcommitted. But giving back is important, and there is a way to do it without overcommitting. Develop hurdles for your help and make it just a little bit difficult for other people to dip into your well of advice and feedback. Bernice loves to help fellow plant lovers. It's what she's been doing thanklessly for years at Green Growing Things Plant Shop. But now she's buried between questions about moss, guest bloggers who want to contribute essays on the ethics of selling carnivorous plants, and of course budding young entrepreneurs who want advice on how to grow their own businesses. Bernice would never ever stop helping people, but with this new flood of requests, she needs a way to decide who to respond to. This means finding out who's serious about getting help and who just wants some FaceTime with an expert like Bernice, or you. Decide how much time you have to give. You lead a busy life, but if you're going to give back, the first step is deciding how much time you have to give. Say you set aside 5 hours a month to work with your followers. That could mean helping 5 people for 1 hour each, once a week. Say you set aside 5 hours a month to work with your followers. That could mean helping 5 different people for 1 hour each, or it could mean working closely with one person for a solid 5 hours on one day. Whichever it is, block it out on your calendar as giving back time. Not only is that explicit time to give back, but that's also all the time you'll use to give back. It's both a placeholder and an upper limit. You could even schedule a work-related meeting immediately after your giving back time to force you back into your main work. Bernice chooses 8 hours per month, one workday, as a good benchmark for her time. Capping her pro bono at a day ensures that Bernice won't run herself ragged each month. And as much as she likes helping others, Bernice also has to run her own business, encourage her employees, feed her Venus flytraps, and of course moisturize the glands on her pitcher plants. Build criteria for who's worth your time. Now you have a limit for how much time you can spend giving help. The next step is to decide who deserves that time. After all, you're pretty awesome. You don't want to give your awesome to just anyone. Build criteria for who is worth your attention. You want to weed out anyone who doesn't seem serious about using your advice, especially those vile souls who prefer to bug you with simple questions when they could get the answer from Google with a tap of their fingers. Choose criteria that lets you know who actually needs your time and advice. Among the requests that people have sent Bernice about gardening, there are plenty of journalists and aspiring writers who have questions about the fonts that she used for the Green Growing Things logo. And while she admits that her logo is beautiful beyond all imagining, it's a veritable tribute, in fact, to the beauty of nature, but those are questions for a graphic designer, not for Bernice, who is a gardener extraordinaire. A criterion that is worth her time is speaking only with other plant entrepreneurs or people who have a green thumb and want gardening advice. Apply your criteria by creating hurdles for your attention. Use something like an online survey tool to screen out the people who don't meet your criteria. And in fact, you can create one in mere minutes. You can use something like SurveyMonkey or with Google Forms or a custom thing on your website. Design questions that test the criteria that you identified. So Bernice chooses questions like, how long have you had a passion for plants? And what's the most difficult plant challenge you're dealing with? And people who don't fit her ideal giving back profile won't be able to give very good answers to those questions, and in fact, they may even self-select out of asking for Bernice's time altogether. By filling the survey with short answer questions, not multiple choice or fill in the blanks, Bernice makes sure that her people go out of their way to prove that they actually need her help. They should think critically about what they want from her and provide an idea as to how she'll give it to them. You should do this too. The goal of your survey is to get people to decide that they don't want to do the work to earn the right to some of your pro bono work. And look, if they aren't willing to take the time to fill out a survey, why should you be willing to give them your time for free? Just don't do it. Once you have the survey constructed, when people write asking for help or for a favor, just direct them to the online survey and let them apply for your time. Also, let them handle all the scheduling, because as people make it through your obstacle course of hurdles, give them one more that makes your life easier too. Have them set their own appointment. Although they're doing the scheduling work, do make it easy for them to work around your schedule. Managing a tight schedule is difficult as is, but when you have this many people to help, you need to make sure that you're spending your time helping people and not taking weeks of phone or email tag just to plan for a half-hour meetup. I like to use the scheduling app ScheduleOnce.com. It lets people see my availability and they can pencil themselves directly into my calendar. With a tool like this, you can even limit the available time blocks just to the time that you've blocked off for your pro bono time. Remember, you did that in the first part of this week's episode? Then you can put people off automatically. Because the other nice thing about using a scheduling tool is that people can only sign up for your next free time block. If all of your pro bono hours are taken for this month, they're only given options for next month. And it's much easier to let your computer put them off than to do it yourself. If you say you can't meet until next month, they might beg. And when they beg, it's awkward. How do you tell someone nicely that, as reasonable as it may seem in the movies, it just isn't very impressive when they drop to their knees and lick your shoes? I mean, come on, ick. Now, whenever someone asks Bernice for help, all she has to do is send them the links to her survey and to her online schedule, assuming they fill out the survey well. With this new system, the average message in her inbox has changed from, "Let's grab coffee soon so I can pick your brain," to, "Thank you so much. I've booked 5 minutes on your calendar 6 months from now. I'm looking forward to it so much." When you want to give back, but keep it within bounds, build hurdles. Use online surveys so that you meet only with serious, determined people who can truly benefit from your advice. Use a scheduling system so people don't spend your time on their administrivia, and let the system enforce your availability so you get to spend your time running your life and also give back enough to feel great. This is Steve Robbins. Follow Get It Done Guy on Twitter and Facebook. I run webinars and other programs to help people be extraordinarily productive and build extraordinary careers. You can get chapter 8.75 of my book by texting Get It Done to 33444. That's texting Get It Done to 33444 and get the chapter of my book that didn't make it into the final book, the chapter on relationships. And if you want to know more about me and my services, visit steverobbins.com. That's SteverRobbins.com. Work less, do more, and have a great life.